if you're new to the channel, my name is Shafeen.
And I'm Waseem.
And we are
WeWanderlustCo. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 15 places that are open for travel now. Obviously, before you guys book your travels, book your flights, do check in with the tourism boards of the specific countries and also any CDC guidelines. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 15. And we're going to be starting off with number 1, and that is Mexico.
We're looking at places like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. They're all open right now, so right now is a great time to book your flights. We were actually in Mexico in 2017 for about 2 weeks, and we had an amazing time. So we went to the Pink Lakes of Las Coloradas. Unfortunately, they're closed, they shut it down. And then we also experienced a jungle camp. It's called Camp Akumo. We have a blog post up on that. I'll leave the link down below. And we also visited the Azulik Resort, which was an amazing experience. We have a few vlogs up on the channel if you haven't checked it out. And then we also went to Xcaret and Xel-Ha. It's like very family friendly. So it's like a water park. Yeah, it's a fun adventure park. So we have a few vlogs up on that as well. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Number 2 on our list is Bali. Like, if we could go live in Bali for a couple of years, we would. Last year alone, 6.3 million visitors called Bali their vacation spot, making it the 3rd most visited country in Southeast Asia. Some of the things to do in Bali is to visit the Bali Swing. We did an alternative. We have a video on that as well. Visit the monkey forest. You guys can go on a snorkeling trip. There's also a Nusa Penida trip as well. You guys are gonna love the Kelingking Beach and the hike down there. Bali is in the middle of creating a travel bubble between itself and Australia, so most of the travel is gonna be routed between those 2 countries. And expect Bali to be open by September 11th. Right now, most of the travel is happening between its own citizens and residents, but Bali is pretty much open for travel.
So the next destination is on everyone's bucket list, and that is the Maldives. It is a popular honeymoon destination for a lot of people, and they had about 2,600 cases. We were back in the Maldives in March, right before during this whole COVID thing, and so we left 2 weeks before they closed down. So yeah, it was very close. So that was great. But now they're open back up again, and they have this thing at all the resorts and hotels, or most of them at least, this safe tourism license. So if you're scared about booking a hotel or resort out there and you want to have peace of mind, you want to make sure that they have a safe tourism license, which ensures that 1, they have a medic on site, and 2, that they have enough PPE equipment for everyone. So those are the 2 things you need to look out for. I'll leave a link in the description with more information. So the next one on the list is Thailand. Thailand has a very special place in our hearts. We were back there in 2016. Last year alone, they had about 40 million visitors. That's a crazy number. So they have about 70 million people that live there, and they only had about 3,200 cases. So that's really good. Their infection rate was very low, which is good news, right, for all of us. And so the Tourism Authority of Thailand opened Thailand back up on July 1st, but under certain conditions. It's like they have 11 categories of things. If you're not a person under those 11 categories, then you're not really allowed in, at least now. So we're gonna put up a screenshot here, just so you guys could see what the 11 categories are. And if you need more information on it, we're gonna leave a link down in the description below so you guys could go check it out. Where are we headed to next?
I thought it was the Middle East, country in the Middle East, but it's actually in Asia, 95% of it. And that is Turkey. Yeah, Turkey is eager to reopen to Asian countries like China and South Korea. What we like about Turkey is they implemented a 12-hour ventilation period for its hotel rooms. So what that means is from the last occupant, 12 hours has to pass before the next occupant is allowed in. So we do like that approach to containment and elimination. Since June 1st, Turkey has opened up its beaches, museums, restaurants, cafes, parks, and sports facilities.
Yeah. So it's super safe, and it's, you know, rest assured that just because of, I really like their 12-hour ventilation period, so peace of mind.
Yeah.
And the next one on the list is a Mediterranean country, and that is called Cyprus. Pebble beaches and blue ass water. Who wouldn't want to be there? So the Cypriot government is in dire need of tourists. So much so that they are willing to cover all costs should you fall sick. So things like accommodation, food, medication, all that stuff is covered, so you can have a hassle-free vacation, and it's fully insured. I'm sure you don't want to be sick on your vacation, but if that were to happen, rest assured that you're covered. But you have to keep in mind that they're not going to be covering your airport transfer fees and your repatriation flight back home. Another good thing about them is that they don't require a 14-day quarantine, so that's nice. You can just get there and enjoy your vacation. So the best advice that we could give you is to kind of get tested in your home country, get your certificate of being in the clear, being negative of COVID, and then just carrying that letter over to the country that you're going to. So in Cyprus, just, you can have your letter, show it to them that you're negative, and you don't have to do the quarantine. So yeah, that's Cyprus.
Next country on our list is Egypt. If this COVID situation does not look like a plague of the 21st century, we don't know what else. Dive deep into Asian history and learn about plagues and pharaohs. Egypt is your spot. Egypt sees about $1 billion in revenue each month, so they're pretty much eager to open up to the rest of the world. International flights began July 1st, and they actually did have an 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew, but has been lifted since June 25th. So best time to visit Egypt is July onwards.
The next one on the list is France. We've never been there, but we'd love to go, of course, after this whole thing is over. So right now they're still requiring a 14-day quarantine up till July 24th. But for anyone that's in the European Union, they're in the clear. They don't need a 14-day quarantine. And they're also able to drive like 100 kilometers, about 62 miles in any direction, and they're still in the clear. They don't need to be quarantined. And you can visit Paris, you can visit the Eiffel Tower, and prior to COVID, actually France was the most visited country prior to lockdown. So that's crazy. They've had a crazy blow to their economy, so it would be nice if people started traveling and kind of bringing back the economy.
Next up on the list, and that is the United Arab Emirates, also called the UAE. If you guys have heard about Dubai, Abu Dhabi, that's all in the UAE. That consists up to 7 different states, all called the Emirates. We do like the approach of the UAE because they did have a national sanitization program. That meant 24 hours of being indoors and not spreading COVID amongst the community. Dubai did open up its borders on July 7th, so international travel is open. Malls in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah are now open, but they do recommend maintaining social distancing. Dubai in specific has a 24-hour ventilation program. Turkey did have a 12-hour. Dubai kind of upped it up a notch, 12 hours. So after the hotel room is cleaned, 24 hours has to pass till the next occupancy. So we do like that approach.
Very safe.
Yeah. If you guys would like to follow our Dubai adventures, do follow us on Instagram. We are posting up pictures.
Yeah.
And our Instagram is at WeWanderlustCo. So go follow us on there.
The next one up on the list is Georgia. Not Savannah, Georgia, but the country in Europe, Georgia. Yeah, so most of the time people are confused about these names because when they hear Georgia, they think it's in Savannah. Not that one. This is a European country, and it's called Georgia. So they did have an anti-crisis plan which helped them navigate through this pandemic nicely, and they're supposed to open on July 1st, but now they moved it over to the 31st. Nevertheless, it still made our list because it's a beautiful country to go see.
Next up on our list, and that is Germany. We've been wanting to visit Germany for a while now, especially the Christmas markets. It looks so festive. EU residents have been allowed since June 15th. As for international countries, only countries like the UK, Iceland, Turkey, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland have been allowed into the country. The border between Austria and Germany has been open since June 15th. So, if you're an Austrian resident, you guys can travel. Restrictions have been relaxed, so you should be feeling more confident in traveling around freely.
The next country on the list is Iceland. Iceland has our names written all over it. It's on our bucket list, it's on our other list, and the other list, and it definitely made this list. We did see a $300 round trip ticket, which we didn't purchase because we thought we were going to get a better deal somehow. So we totally blew that.
Yeah.
But Iceland, what we really liked about them is that they created an app. It was called the Arachnid C19 app. It wasn't mandatory, but if you wanted to help the government out in tracing the virus, you could just register for it and kind of help them. But that's what kept their cases low. I think they had like 1,900 cases. So tracking and tracing kind of kept them low. And then they also had a 14-day quarantine, which they no longer have. But that was, that also, that helped keep the cases low as well. By the way, they opened up on June 15th. So what you can do now is either provide them with a certification, you can submit a test while there, or go into quarantine for 14 days, right? And the test, if you're gonna get tested there, it's $112. So it's better if you just get tested in your home country, provide them the certification, the letter, and you're good to go.
Good to go. Next up on the list, and that is Portugal. Portugal has opened its borders to EU residents, European Union residents, except for Spain. That's because we all know Spain had some really high numbers. Portugal created a don't cancel, postpone program. That means they are asking you to reschedule your trip, if you had any, till 2021, end of 2021. If you guys had any bookings from March 13th to September 20th, you can make any deferrals through your booking agent. Anyone entering the country will be asked to go through a temperature check, which should be a quick, laser pointer.
You're done. Good to go. The next country on our list is Spain. They had a whopping 84 million visitors in 2019 alone. That's a lot of people. So right now they opened on June 21st only to the residents of the European Union, not to outsiders, international countries. They are trying to test out a travel bubble like Lithuania and the Czech Republic, because I guess travel bubbles are effective in kind of curbing the spread of COVID. So they're trying that. No word on any partnerships on creating the travel bubble with other countries yet, except for the European Union maybe. So we'll see.
Wrapping up our list of the top 15 places that are open for travel now is Aruba. Aruba has some really crystal clear waters and beautiful people. The country opened up its borders to the world on July 1st. For the US residents, it has been since July 10th. Check out the list of states which require PCR test, which is a COVID test prior to disembarkation and embarkation. We will leave the link down below. Most essential services have been opened up since May 25th. Malls, cinemas, salons, they've all been open since then. For more information on what vaccinations you guys need, do visit the cdc.gov website.
So that was the top 15 list. It is part of a bigger list of the top 21 places to visit that are open for travel now. That is up on our blog on WeWanderlustCo, so I'll leave a link down below. If you guys have any updates on any guidelines that are changing in the countries that we mentioned, please leave them down in the comments below. It will help us as well as our community, our viewers here, to stay up to date on the current situations, because we all want to travel.
If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and as always guys,
thanks for watching.